after secret video surfaced of its former president talking to his wife about the lead ATF agent on that federal case.
I love you. I love you. You're my everything. You're my ride or die. You're my everything.
Marital strife in a secretly recorded phone call. David Sentien's wife, Annie, records her husband when he is drunk and despondent. In that video, Sentien seems concerned that he will no longer receive protection from former ATF agent John Ciccone because Ciccone is retiring.
John told me already. I have 1 year. 1 year. He's retiring. He's retiring. After 1 year, he's done. And he can't protect me. He told me. So we have to have an exit strategy.
Annie then sent this text message to other Mongols saying her husband is a confidential informant. Quote, in other words, he's a rat. Outside court today, the Sentiens put on a united front, both denying David was a confidential informant.
Absolutely not. Unequivocally no. I've never cooperated in any way, shape, or form.
Eyewitness News asked Sentien what he meant in that video about ATF agent Ciccone protecting him. Sentien says he and Ciccone had a rapport after 25 years of dealing with one another, and Ciccone told Sentien he was retiring.
He goes, I know you've been doing a bang-up job with the club. Can't protect you from this point forward. I know we've had a, rapport, and I always looked out for you, and you were always respectful. So he gave me a heads up, and that was it. That was all it was about. There was nothing nefarious about it.
Annie Sentien says she recorded the video and sent that text because she was angry over her husband's repeated infidelities, and she knew calling him a rat would destroy him with the Mongols.
All I wanted to do was to tarnish his image. I wanted him to feel kind of what I was feeling, which was shame and embarrassment and betrayal.
In court today, prosecutors predict now retired ATF agent Ciccone will testify Sentien was never an informant.
And if they do that, they're going to be lying. They're just going to be outright lying.
Mongols attorney Joe Yanni says he believes Sentien threw that 2018 trial by not allowing him to call Ciccone to the stand.
I think they got them, David, in compromising situations, and he was afraid, and I think he turned on his loyalty to the club to protect himself.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hey, what's good with the YouTube, man? It's your boy Rojo. This is the Rojo Room. I'm joined by my homeboy, my buddy, Big Gunner, Gunners Collective, Gunners Profiles. You already know who he is.
Bang, bang.
As you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, we're going to be talking. Hey, first of all, we told you. We told you so.
We told you.
We told you a long time ago. We knew right away. But anyway, we're going to be talking about former out bad international president of the Mongols. Shout out to the Mongols, Little Dave. Now, this in no way reflects on the Mongols, as you guys know, man. People do what they do. This is an individual doing what he did. Actually, Gunner took a little bit of time out of his day, man, to whip up a little video, a compilation of other news outlets that have been really focused on this particular individual as of late. He's been out of the news for a while, man, and we want you to know, contrary to popular belief, as soon as the video dropped that his wife had made, with the claims that he was a confidential informant working for the government, we were the very first people he contacted. Same day. This is undisputable. It's facts. Done put out the video, provided proof, all that, whatever. Kind of irrelevant, but we just want to make that clear because other people have been claiming to have exclusives and very first breaking news. That's just not reality. Now, he reached out to us. We made contact via phone, and both Gunner and I were sitting right there. It was on speakerphone. He started to plead his case to us and explain situations, man, and we both knew immediately that he had something to hide. He wasn't being forthright. All the allegations, in our opinion is based on many years of experience investigating and being in similar circumstances within our own group segment. You can't pull the wool over my eyes too easily, and Gunner's the same way, Flacco Boxer, all of us. So, Gunner, what did you think, man, about this recent, him being back in the news recently, as well as our first impressions of him? We see eye to eye on that, so there's no need for both of us to go into it, man. But how do you feel about this, man?
what's going on now is called the Horror Babylon syndrome, right? That's 1 minute they're quiet, they're in the bushes. Next minute they're out for everyone to have their way with, right? I see him in the media a lot for the last 8 or 9 months since this incident initially happened. We were in contact. A lot of things went on back and forth. He said, she said. Actually, he said. What has happened now is I think it's coming to basically the eye of the storm. Okay, it's something that's been accumulating over time. So now all the various media all these media, fucking big time media like New York Times, ABC News, they're all reaching out to him. They're all doing stories on him. Something that we touched on a year ago, right? We've seen it for what it was, just like you said from the beginning, man. I think we've given people due process. We've done enough to know. You can tell when someone's bullshitting. You can tell when they're lying. I like to be straight up, okay? I could tell something there was more than meets the eye. When it came to talking to this individual, he was doing damage control, right? We've seen that right from the gate. Again, I'll express this in any form or fashion. If someone has nothing to hide, then they don't need to think of a plan to present it. You just fucking present it as it is. You know, says, gang, got shit to hide. I mean, this is how it went down. No, it was more of a, well, what should I say? What should I do? Well, shit, I don't know. I ain't the one telling on everyone, right? I don't know what to say and do. But at the same time, just do what you do with it, right? That was our only advice we could give them. And to be totally honest with you, man, we had the exclusive drop on it. And we kind of wanted to get it packed away, packaged as soon as possible to put it on YouTube for, of course, various reasons. We wanted to be the first one with that exclusive, which we were. And we all know the story. We've spoken on it in press, you know, in the past, how he got scared in the middle of it and whatever. Okay, let me give you a little bit of basis on this individual for the viewers out there that are watching that might not even know what the hell we're talking about or who this guy is. He's the Outbad former international president of the Mongols Motorcycle Club, a 9-to-5 club, man, that does a lot for the community. Of course, there are individuals allegedly within the club, just like anywhere there's bad apples in every group, right, that might find themselves with the conflict and get into some unlawful activities. At the same time, that's their business. That's not a reflection of the club, just like this snake isn't a reflection of the club. Now, at the same time, in 2018, or even prior to 2018, let's take it back, the Mongols Motorcycle Club was in a battle. They were in a RICO case with the federal government, where the federal government was trying to shut them down under a racketeering case, compiling all these different elements of crimes that were done by various members of the club, allegedly. They were trying to take their patches, take all their memorabilia, basically take their club down. Okay, there was a vendetta. There was one agent, man, that was on the forefront of this. He was an ATF agent, John Ciccone, okay? And Ciccone, you know, he was basically the head of the snake. You know, in every gang and every task force and everything, there's always got to be the head, okay? I know that there was George Collard in Operation Black Widow. He was the head. And of course, you have the head over here, Ciccone. So Ciccone, according to Little Dave, developed some type of rapport or relationship with, you know, each other. They say it was a mutual agreement just to keep it cordial, whatever the case may be. I come from an era, you come from an era. Every organization that has any type of criminality in it come from the era of we don't fraternize with K9 like that. We don't give a fuck if it's beneficial to us. We don't talk to them, period. They have nothing to do with us. We have nothing. Cats and dogs, cops and robbers, okay? Totally opposite sides of the fence. So for him, even to be familiar with someone who was literally trying to take down his clubhouse seems a little far-fetched. That was my first indication something was horribly wrong, right? And I think you caught that one too. You don't have a cordial relationship. There's a mutual respect there. You keep it respectful because, of course, you don't want to draw unwanted attention. But as far as any type of relationship, motherfucker, I'll see you in court, period. That's when you'll see me. Con un tie y todo. That's it. But it went a little beyond that. It went to text messages. It actually went to sitting down having steak dinners. So I would have had the ribeye. But I don't know. It looked like he ordered chuck steak, and that should tell you right there. I knew at that moment when he ordered chuck steak, something was horribly wrong, right? But this individual and Ciccone are going to sit down and fraternize. And some of these pictures that were released by Insane Throttle News, respects, man, to Insane Throttle News. I want to say that right off the top, man. He's on the forefront of pioneering this stuff on YouTube with concerning, you know, biker news. I will say this. He hit it right on the head, man, hit the nail on the motherfucking head when he said that this individual it was highly unlikely they were sitting there talking about Easter Sunday, okay? They were doing more than that. You can tell by the body language, the positions of the picture. Anyone that knows what's going on, you look at everything. It's called awareness. You keep your awareness up. Okay, so what's going on nowadays? And I put together this little video you've seen prior to us starting this. It's called the "We Told You So" video, right? This all started because his wife claims, and no knock on his wife, man. I don't know her like that. I have had conversations with her, you know, with him present, of course, on the phone. I think we both did roll. And she sounds just like she is there. She's going to stand by her man. Okay, but this fateful night, she decided not to. Okay, she decided not to, and for one reason or another, whether it be infidelity or whatever the fucking case may be, a scorned woman, she felt like putting his business on the streets. Now, she knew he was telling. So let's get the world knows he was telling. You got to be boo-boo the fool if you truly and honestly believe that this man is innocent of not telling, okay? This man done told, right? And that's a fact. Now, that doesn't make me better than him or him better or Rojo better. Nobody better than anyone. But facts are facts, man. It's out there in the news media. He's trying to claim innocence. What do you think he's going to do? Of course he's going to proclaim his innocence. He's holding on to that little smidge, that little fucking ounce left of pride that he has, right? But quietly as it's kept, man, just coming from me, someone who's been in that life, not necessarily the biker life, but the criminal life, I'll tell you, man, just let it go. Let it go, right? Do it pushing, man. Get on out of LA immediately, you know, before some big bad wolves come and blow your fucking house down. Because at this point, with the media rehashing and bringing everything back to the light, it's going to cause nothing but chaos and problems. This has been swept under the rug for 9 months. I done forgot about it. So I was getting to the last month when I seen it on Insane Throttle, and I felt like for no other reason, man, we should touch on it. And then we also wanted to bring you, you know, there was a lot of people basically in YouTube testing the ability of our word. They were in denial of the fact that if we say something, myself and Rojo, if we say it, it is what it is. We're not going to just talk to talk, okay? When we said that there was a fucking prior Zoom meeting that had went on before any other little Dave jumping on any platforms, that was a fact, and we presented that. And then, of course, you know, I had my recordings with them, and I told you that what I based that on. But I think when we had the conversations with little Dave, man, and his wife as well, which she was also recording the conversation just like me, you know, we were in agreement with that. I think that we knew right there. You know, we knew that he was trying to sweep something under the rug, trying to hide something, which we didn't really want to participate in. We weren't there to do a cover-up. We weren't there to assist in a cover-up. We weren't there to be biased, man, and help this individual. We were just simply there as a platform provided so he could state his side of the story. That's it, because it seemed like his wife already stated hers, right? Anyways, how do you feel, Rojo? You see, I never knew about the text message she actually sent to the clubhouse calling him a CI as well as a rat. That was some new light that was shed to me. That's a trip, huh?
And I'll tell you what, man, like, look, the U.S. government, their job, obviously, is to pursue criminal charges. You know, when you draw their attention, that's what they're going to do. All the sit downs and this and that, you know, whatever they're doing at these tables, negotiating, whatever the case might be, there is benefit for the U.S. government to be at that meeting, or they would strictly be focused on taking that ass down. Now, you see these indictments when they go after, you know, the big homies from up north or down south or other groups. They're not sitting at tables with people. They're not chilling. They're not out to lunch. They're working behind the scenes to bring forth the best possible case they can bring forth. There's absolutely no reason, you know, from a criminal standpoint, to sit down with them people when you're in an organization. They are trying to arrest you. They are trying to arrest your comrades, your homeboys, you know, your associates, whatever the case might be. There's no justification in sitting down. There has to be something beneficial for the U.S. government to be at a meeting like that, bro. Things were, come on, man, come on. They're sitting at a table. Okay, well, how about this? You know, they're bartering, man. They're bartering right there, bro. There's no doubt about it. And his woman, you know, she got mad. He got caught, you know, dipping in something or whatever the case might have been. Got caught on some text messages. Got caught on video. However it went down that he got caught, you know, doing extramarital things. She's like, okay, well, I know your worst secret, motherfucker. How does this taste now? That's not something you create, because not only does it put you and your family in danger, You know what I'm saying? It just opens up a whole can of nothing good's going to come out of her saying that. So when in her anger, undoubtedly, she's like, all right, you want to cheat? Bow, I'm going to tell everybody your secret.
But a woman does.
It's just common sense, man. It's common sense. Yeah. And when we talked on, we spoke with that individual on the phone for a few hours, with his wife on the phone for a few hours. Yeah. The same day that she dropped the video about, you know, the allegations that he was telling. This was not a man that was like, oh man, she was just mad and made that shit up. This was a man who knew his integrity, his reputation, potentially his life, his presidency, all that stuff was on the line because the cat was let out the fucking bag. Straight up. There's no justification for any of the actions that, you know, he's cooperating with the government. There's none of those sit downs. There's no let's go out. The government's not buying you lunch, man. Get the hell out of here, bro. So, like we said, we told you so. We knew. Me and Gunner, man. When I first started talking on the phone and he started pleading his case, he's sitting in my backyard. We're at my table. I look at him. He looks at me, and we're both like, we knew right away. You know, you don't plead your case to some strangers, bro, that have a platform talking about what should I say? What do you guys think I should do? If you didn't do that, then you get up there and be like, man, this bitch is tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Be the president of a motorcycle, of the international president. Do you understand? Okay, listen to the words. Sit down here, right? Listen to the words that are coming out of my motherfucking mouth when I say this man is the international president at the time of the Mongols Motorcycle Club. Do you know how infamous that is? Do you know how high-ranking that is? That is comparable to criminal organizations. He's the man. He was the fucking man. Okay?
Godfathers in the mafia, generals.
He's equivalent to that. Okay, now we know he never was, but we're saying that was the status that he held. Supreme Commander, Babu Sosa shit, right? No one's telling this man what to do. Of course, as a clubhouse, they vote. That's club business. They do what they do as a group, as an organization, but ultimately, he is the face and the one. He's the shot caller, right? At that time. Why is he at a fucking sit down with the fucking an ATF agent without Yanni, the acting lawyer to the motorcycle club, right? Why is he not there with one of his brothers? Why isn't his fucking VP not with them? I know this. If I'm a president and fucking, I don't even know, but I watched fucking Sons of Anarchy. Orale, the Mayans, stand up. Orale, Coco died. Disclaimer. I put it out there, right? Yeah, Coco smoked that shit, right? Coco, he was hanging and shit. Anyways, look it. With all that being said, this man should have had his VP with them. Sergeant at arms, someone to that nature, a good homeboy of his, just to verify. Look, I'm gonna tell you from my point of view. I've been incarcerated, did several years. We have a thing on our side, up north, down south as well, called the buddy system. You are not allowed to go in the program office. You are not allowed to fraternize with the K9. Such you can't even ask for a visiting form. You can't do nothing without your cellie or your homeboy screening it. You can't even read a letter first without your homeboy screening it in certain places. 4 yards. You know what I'm talking about, people that have really been there. This is how it is. So to be in a case as extreme and as big as when they're trying to shut your whole organization down, and they're winning at that time, to be sitting there having a steak dinner, confirmed without someone to back your play. This is what happens when you bring no one to the dance. Motherfuckers don't know if you were twerking or you were working. They don't know. And they're going to assume. I know I assumed right off the top. I said, man, I seen it. I was like, what the fuck is he doing without any backup? You know what I mean? My lawyer would have been there, or a good brother would have been there with me, just to reiterate my stance. And so I could say, so tell him.
You would bring your lawyer and your VP. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're both going to be there.
You know, because I guarantee you, the lawyer might have known about that meeting, but the club didn't.
I'm going to say right now, yep, you're absolutely right, Rojo. Absolutely. Hey, if you tell me, oh, you're an ATF agent, you tell me, hey, meet me over here at the bar, man. Let's just discuss a few things about the case. Hold up, bitch. We don't got nothing to discuss, right? You are the enemy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You got the United States prosecutor, and I got my fucking my Yanni. Yeah. I got Yanni.
He has his fucking chaleco, and he has his suit, right? Yeah. Let's keep it in that fashion. Now, straight up off the top, and this is real, Ro. if that man says, okay, it's something that can benefit your club, I'm willing to disclose something that could probably, maybe we're going to work out a deal, a little behind the scenes deal that could benefit your club. I need my lawyer with me. Oh, no, no lawyers involved. I'm going to come as I come. Well, I'm bringing my brother. If I can't bring my brother, then you brought your service pistol. I bet that, right?
Yeah.
Straight up. And so there's nothing this man could say. When you're that high in organization, you're supposed to know more than me and you. You know what I mean? This guy was asking, it's like he was acting, and this is just being truthful, man. I'm not knocking the guy. I'm not trying to disrespect the guy. I said what I've said in the past. I stand by it, double down, triple down, whatever. This man was like a deer in the headlights. He was like a wounded animal when he was talking to us. He was asking us from hundreds of miles away, thousands of miles actually, because we were in Texas. It was hot, the motherfucker, right? This motherfucker was asking us, what do I do, right? Motherfucker, you's a motherfucking president. I'm supposed to be asking you what I can do, right? It just seemed peculiar. It seemed out of the ordinary, and it just seems like everything that's coming out now with the New York Times article and this ABC News report, it seems like what we say in the beginning, right? We told you. We were right all along. Because we had a discussion as soon as he hung up, because what happened was we talked for several hours, and then we'll do it later on this evening. It was probably in the evening. It was already dark by the time that we lined up the Zoom meeting and everything. So we had time to conversate in between these phone calls, and it was kind of like, you believe this for a fact? No, you believe him? Come on now, right? And it was like, yeah, but we're still going to run with the story and let him speak his piece, because it was not whether we believed him or not. It was more so provide him the platform to speak his mind, because we wanted to get the views. Let's just be real, right? Who wouldn't? You know, I know Gil jumped on that shit like, fuck that. I need my issue, right? So I ain't mad at no one when I said, this is just how it went down. I think he played his hand horribly wrong, and I think he crapped out.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, man. And, you know, at no time when we were talking to him did we hear about clandestine meetings with fucking.
Never said that. Never mentioned it, huh?
Yeah. You know, so it's just like, come on, bruh. You know, it's like not everybody in the world is just going to be like, oh, well, they could have developed a rapport, and you don't in any kind of group, motorcycle clubs included, there is no rapport. You don't do rapport. Rapport gets you out bad. Rapport gets you BNL. Rapport gets you whacked. Rapport gets you nothing, but there's nothing good that'll come out of it. You know what I mean? And like we said, bro, we knew from the gate. We told you so. Yeah, once again, but it's not even that we were out to try to prove this man guilty or innocent. We're just strictly reporting the news. He asked us for a platform to tell his side of the story, which we were more than happy to provide. Halfway through the interview, he had a second thoughts. You know what I'm saying? He asked us more advice on how to tell his story without anybody being involved. We gave him that advice. He chose to go a different avenue. You know what I mean? Against the agreement we had. And that's that. But is there any animosity behind it? Not at all. You know,
don't hate me, man.
Does this reflect on the Mongols? I mean, not at all. This reflects on the actions of one individual. You know, so, you know, we have no stake in it other than, you know, when we get a good story, we're going to try to bring it to you. We're going to try to bring it to you first. You know, we're going to try to give you facts. And if we don't have facts, we're going to give you our best educated, experienced opinions, perspectives. You know what I'm saying? For the collective. You know what I'm saying? And we're just going to do it based on we've been there and done that. You know, maybe not necessarily as bikers, but the fundamental beliefs and core values of all these groups are the same. Law enforcement is not your friend. Their agenda is to dismantle you and give you time in prison. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's no justification. There's none of that. You know, in my opinion only, everything we said from the gate is proven to be true, and it's going to continue to be proven to be true, and that's that.
Yeah. Until ultimately he just bites the bullet and becomes transparent and says, you know what, I fucked up.
Yeah, change his name, go to fucking Spain or something, and
and be over there and fucking sell used car parts, right? That's just what it comes down to. You know, and this is a lesson to the men out there, the women that are watching. I don't know if it's major, hit me on my face. Look I'll tell you right now, to the men that are out there, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Ultimately, he made the mistake to start working with the federal government for whatever, for his own financial and benefit. You know what I mean? His own greedy intentions, his own individualistic type, whatever he was into, right? But at the same time, that woman, the one that he holds dear to him, it's always the closest people to you that'll fuck you in the end. Fuck you, fuck me, nah, fuck you, right? And she definitely got him back 10 times over. And now he has to, and now the funny thing is they have no choice but to stick together. Yeah. Because they're both looked at it. Because she's not going to be looked at any good way because she knew what was going on. Yeah. You know, she set him up. She actually filmed that, had her, I'm not going to say exactly who it was because it was a minor, but had someone filming while she was doing this, baiting him with this call. We need an extra strategy, right? We heard it. You know what I mean? I hit a good one, huh? It sounds just like him. Anyways, with that being said, man, that's all I got on it, man. I hope you guys watched the video in the beginning. That pretty much shows you how far he's willing to go to say that he didn't tell, but all you got to do is read between the lines. His wife says something different.
And one last thing, all that trying to justify everything, it's over already, bro. Let it go. Let it go. Nothing's going to change. What's established right now is permanent. It's over. That dude can get on the stand and say, you didn't do nothing. Doesn't matter. It's over.
You know what's a funny thing? A little side note.
Into the sunset.
Yeah, man. You got a Mercedes. You know what I mean? In 2018, funny thing is in 2018, they were actually going to call Saccone, this ATF, as a witness, this ATF agent as a witness. And little Dave did everything in his power to make sure that they didn't call him up. And why? It was beneficial to him. What could have been beneficial to the group and could have put everything on blast and everything out in the open wasn't beneficial to him. So he made sure that his lawyer did everything in his power to make sure that he wasn't called as a material witness or even a witness. How that was accomplished, I can't call it like an alcoholic. Some major Google, right? Juice. Anyways, with that said, that's pretty much it, man. I think that's it right there in a nutshell. So, you know, Dave, you know.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Gunner, man. This is your boy Rojo. This is the Rojo Room. And hey, speaking of bikers, look for us on Insane Throttle this weekend. I don't know when it'll drop. I don't know what it's going to be about, but we're going to have us a good time. And, you know, see what's going on over there. It's a great channel. You don't want to miss it. We appreciate you, boy Rojo, my boy Gunner. We are out of here.